So okay, the next part we have already discussed about that the flat line is called absolute space, and that point is 0 points, and whenever it's got absolute space beginning to move within itself, the pulses within its. So that is also visible whenever you see in a hospital there is a instrument is there. Whenever it's straight, it means there is no life. Whenever it's up and down, then there is a life. So whenever the pulses is moving in the space, that the starting or acting pulses created in a element called absolute time. So whenever the pulse is started, whenever the newly born child is started crying and started their own pulse, that is the absolute time. That is why the birth of a child has been noted down. What is the down? And whenever the absolute space is what, whenever it's got flat, that time also we note down कि इतना बज के इतना मिनट पे इनका जो है RIP हुआ है. So that kind of the things has to be taken in the considering the Vastu Purush Mandal. So you understand this is the absolute space, and whenever the pulses is start is called absolute time. So these two important things you remember always. And whenever its pulse started and then it's combined, the things it's become moving, and it is represent like this, and it's got a spin. So that kind of representation is very much auspicious in all over the world. You can found in the including China, Tibet, Nepal, Mexico, and America and the South Pacific region, all over there. So this is the swastik. So why this has to be happen there? Absolute space, absolute time, continue. The third element is called light, and that light is called Om light is produced, and then committing the absolute space, absolute time, and Om light, the fourth element produced is called sound. So whenever the newly born child started their pulse, the next thing he do, he or she cry. So there is a sound. So you try to know the source of where is your sound is coming. It is started from your navel, or it is started from your neck, from the neck point. So you try to imagine it where the sound is coming and why this happening. And I have also practiced you take inhale a breath, then it's asking question who. So and then you release, exhale it. तो नीचे से आवाज आता है कि अंदर कोई है जो बोल रहा है कि हाँ मैं हूँ, और जब नीचे से आवाज नहीं आती है देन इट्स गेट फ्लैट. सो वो पल्स गायब हो जाता है. एंड देन एवरीथिंग in this universe, everything has their own sound. You closed your door of the fridge, there is another sound. You bell your ring, your house, there is another sound. Whenever you go in church and there is a bell sound, it is totally different. There is a prayer sound, it is different. So everything in this universe has their own sound. So you understand that anything has to be happen, there is a requirement of a space. Anything has to be pulsed down, that is called kal or absolute time. And then there is that anything is visible due to the light. So in night, why not the things are visible? Because there is absence of light. So light is a source of energy. So, and then most important things, जब हवा चलती है तो पत्ते की ही आवाज होती है, और पत्ता कैसा सूखा है या वो सही चल रहा है. तो each and everything, even you memorize your the waves of the sea, then waves of the river, waves you can listen the sound of lake. So the Vedic text Om light has been laid out of the Veda. So how this happening? So it's now moving, and first thing is required for movement is air. That is why every living creature required air. So first grid 4 square is considering the first 8. So you understand that this is the starting point of a mandal. So mandal is a ritualistic or symbolic representation in a diagrammic form for a purely religious aspect and belief system, and that the first 4 square is denote the air. Then the next air के बाद ये there is a extension. Yeah, and how this extension has happened? So whenever in a pond there is a water is stagnant and you throw a stone, then what will happen? The ring is expanding. It started from a point and expanding to the different bank of that ponds. So similarly air also is expanding. So first four layer is again started and they acquired the one extension is all four direction, and then air, then it's required fire. हवा कैसी चाहिए? गर्म चाहिए. So in your body there is a fire system is also, that is called firing system also. Whenever you eat the things that should be burned. So whenever you eat some spicy things, the fire is exhaled inside the body and required that time water, but that water is avoidable because it's damage the digestive system. So for creation or for a potential energy, first thing is air, second thing is fire. So whenever it's 4, now it's become 5. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. So again the 4 is added here. 4 surrounded is here, and how many is become 1 2 3 4. So whenever the fire included, it's converted into the 16 cubes. First 4, and whenever the 4 is added, 4 square, then it's contains 16. So first 4 the mandal denote only air. The next 16 mandal denoted air and fire both. Now the air and fire, then again extension is taken place. 4 into 4 becomes 6 into 6, and then here you will found 6. So 6 whenever added, then air, water and fire. So body में आपके पास क्या क्या आ गया? Air आ गया, fire आया, third thing क्या आ गया? Water आ गया. And now it's become 36. Then 36 के बाद जब ऐड करेंगे, then it's become the air, water, fire and earth. So this is called Manduk Mandal. Do you understand what is Manduk Mandal? So there is a grid of 8 into 8, that is called Manduk Mandal, and in the center, you point out, this is the where point, the primordial source of subtle source of energy, absolute space and absolute time started from here. So this part is called Brahmapad. This part is called BRAHM, Brahmapad. So you understand what is mandal? Mandal is a ritualistic diagrammatic form of the universe showing in that grid pattern. So here air, then fire, then water, and then lastly they added earth, but it is started from here, and whenever it's become a temples or mosque or church, then finally this point is added here. So this will become the axis of the axis, you see. So this is the pattern, and next part we will discuss in the next module. Okay, hide the control.